Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our presentation, Digital Enterprise in the Manufacturing Industry. I know what you will be thinking now. Oh no, digitalization again. Well, it's our motto, but
Christine,
still.
I don't like it. I don't like it when you talk negatively about digitalization because, after all, we're living in some really, really exciting times. And you don't look like a woman who wants to live in the past. You look like a woman for now and for the future, right?
Well, of course, I adapt to changes and what's going on, but still, I mean, not everything was bad then. You're right, Magnus. Remember the vinyl when we were listening to the records and the little crackles and the really good sound, and you were sitting there watching the covers, looking at the sleeves. Smell? Well,
yeah,
I
the
don't know.
smell, like when you put out a sleeve. Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, vinyl is going through a revival for good reasons, for sure. Analog music is very nice, but I think you are forgetting all those nights you sat there with rec, pause, and play, trying to rip those albums, putting together a mixtape and the tape for your morning run, listening to it in your Walkman, your Sony Walkman, because taking one of those puppies on your back home for a run wouldn't make a lot of sense, right?
That's true. I mean, and this is when music got digitized,
right.
And now that's the CDs which came into position.
Exactly, and digitize is a very good word because that's what happened. You take something that's analog and you turn it into digital. That's digitizing. But we're talking about digitalization, somewhat difficult to pronounce, but I'm getting there slowly but surely. So we are in the age of digitalization.
And that's cool to have.
Yeah, but just think about the way you and I and part of the audience are consuming music nowadays with those streaming services that are available everywhere. It's much easier to put together a playlist now because when the CD was there, you still could only listen to one album at the time unless you had a CD changer with those 5 slots. I did not have one, so I'm very happy now.
Me neither.
Yeah, and a bit nerdy though, but if you think of those adaptive algorithms that are analyzing your lifestyle, your way of running, and when you go out on your daily morning run, which I think you do,
Now and then, to the office.
So those services actually propose music for you, to get that extra bit of energy to get that better time.
But to be honest, I wish my running shoes would have that to push me forward.
You want your shoes to do the running for you.
That would be cool.
It's lazy, it's cool, but I can look into it. But what we can do, though, already today, is actually customize your own running shoes based on your stature, your weight, your running pattern, in the color of your choice, of course.
Oh, which is lovely,
and
yeah.
you get them delivered in the same time frame as you would for a mass-produced part, and of course with a comparable price tag. That's possible.
Well, I'm aware that digitalization brings advantages and it's changing the way we use and buy things. But to be honest, what does that have to do with the manufacturing industry?
It's a huge challenge, but you need to face it. So obviously you need to take products to market as fast as you can. It's been like that for a very long time. You need to offer this ability to be flexible, customized mass production, still producing with quality and take advantage of the resources you got available today and get even more efficient and protect your security.
Stop. Hey, now, this is office talk, Magnus, and I think I leave you here with your topic because I'm just a girl
but
with
you come
shoes.
back later, though.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, I take it from here. I'll go through this a few steps now about digitalization. And let's start with how products are coming to life nowadays. It's probably one of the reasons why you guys are here today visiting us at the Siemens Monter. If we take the technology that we call generative design, which is combined with topology optimization. Probably doesn't say that much, but it's basically adapting nature's way of constructing organic things like trees and plants and that. So you get very advanced products, very advanced constructions. And if you have those advanced products, you need advanced technology to manufacture those. For example, additive manufacturing, which is kind of printing in steel or in some other material in layers, and you're able to generate those amazing products. You can take a look at that behind you in the additive manufacturing cubicle afterwards. Products and how they evolve has also changed over the last years. Cloud technology, most of you are probably in the cloud, storing data. But it's so much more than just data storage. It's also about analyzing data and feed the insights back in the value chain, so to speak, in the process of development of your product. So if you want to take advantage of this, you need to look into the ideation, the realization, and the utilization phase of your product development process. So to get the most out of this, you need to look at the entire value chain, which goes from product design and all the way to services, and kind of weave a digital thread of information through the entire chain. And then it's transforming, and you may ask yourself, why is this transformation necessary? Well, it's probably the only way to react to those constantly changing products. The complexity goes up the whole time. And apart from that, it also gives you the tools and the means to actually produce faster, shorten cycle times, and of course enable a lot more innovation. And we call this a holistic approach. This is what it looks like. It's enabled by Teamcenter, which sits as a fundament beneath. It's a collaboration platform for data communication. And we need that in order to make data flow from design and all the way to services. And behind it, we got MindSphere, our cloud-based open IoT operating system. And analyzing data, we have the ability to feed that back into the process and constantly optimize it. Another nice thing that happens when you have gotten this far and your steps are all aligned is that this digital twin that you may have heard of is actually available. So what do you need a digital twin for? Well, it's basically a digital environment of the real world in which you can design, test, simulate, optimize, validate, and do pretty much everything you would like to do in the real world without consuming any resources, without building any prototypes, etc. Probably I'm still a bit too theoretical, so I'm going to take the advantage to show this on one of our own products, the Thematic Field PG. PG stands for Programmiergerät, and it's German for laptop. No, it's not. But it's a computer that's very often used in the factory environments to develop PLC code. It's a very sturdy laptop. It can take some good beating if you like. And this is something you see also at the booth, this PC. So let's say you want to design or develop this type of laptop. Then you could go into our NX system and construct it, basically taking this laptop from the first idea, the first innovation, through the design phase, industrial design, constructing, and do everything you need. All the way from simulation and also to manufacturing planning. Let's look at simulation. A computer like this has got a processor. A processor is working, processor is generating heat. And we want to make sure that not too much heat is being generated within the housing of this laptop. So we're simulating the physical behavior of this processor and this cooling bracket that you have there. If we now realize that it's way too much heat being generated, we need to do something about it. What could you do? Smaller processor? Sure, less performance. Or you simply change the size of the cooling bracket. And since you're working in an associative environment, you basically go back to the engineering phase and you stretch this bracket out and perhaps even add a cooling hole on the side of the panel by simply copying and pasting. And this is made possible thanks to synchronous technology within NX. Simulation of parts is something we've done for a long time, and some of you may have heard that we got a new family member here at Siemens. That's the Mentor Graphics, joined us just recently. And with that, we do also offer solutions for designing and simulating electronic components in product development. And with that, we have created the digital twin of the product. And I'm going to move on into the next stage, the production planning. So we have the data sitting in Teamcenter. So, of course, we will do the process planning or production planning in the same environment. Basically, merging the product with the resource, with the plant, and the process. And when we have this bill of process, as we call it, we can go ahead and simulate the worker's environment, for example, ergonomic analysis, making sure that our colleagues on the shop floor who are assembling the laptop aren't getting any work-related injuries or fatigue or similar. Or perhaps we get a robot. Then we can use the same environment, but instead of a human, we use a robot, like this dual-arm robot, to do more or less the same type of operation. Simulation can also be done in a bigger scope, a larger scope, let's say an entire facility, in order to discover bottlenecks, scaling the buffer zones, perhaps even discover and analyze how much energy is being consumed inside our factory with energy simulation, and use this information to further optimize our real production. And at this point in time, we probably do also have a few machines and production lines in this environment. And thanks to automated engineering, we can basically take the information from this simulation and push it into our engineering framework, the TIA portal. And with that, we can take it to the next step and do what we call virtual commissioning. So working with a digital twin of our S7 1500 controller, PL System Advanced, a TIA portal, and Process Simulate from Technomatics, we can validate and debug this code digitally, which means that when we want to go for a real production, we basically take this controller with us to the shop floor, the code, and we get a very short commissioning time. And the rest of the engineering is, of course, carried out in our TIA portal, our engineering framework. And thanks to world-leading automation products from Siemens, the production is obviously running smooth and efficient. And with that, we have the digital twin of the production. At this point, we're going to start producing the laptop for real. And at this time, you may also have to optimize this environment. You have orders coming into your factory, and you want to make the best out of those orders and make sure that you're as effective as possible. And this is Simatic IT Preactor that you use for advanced planning and scheduling. To get efficient, to reduce time, to build quality, you may also need work instructions. And this is also something you would get via Simatic IT MES solutions from us. So the picture you see here on the screen with the robot, it's kind of a spin-off product from the production planning phase, because you can add movies, you can add PDFs, pictures in this environment to support the colleagues on the shop floor when they're building this laptop. Quality, also very important. So throughout the entire manufacturing process, you're able to track the quality. So if one of those bullets would go out of bounds, you could be reacting to that, or be proactive even, making sure that the product that leaves the belt is actually already ready to go, and no quality surprises will come your way. When producing products, we produce a lot of data that is of great value, and data we want to use. And with MindSphere, our cloud-based open IoT operating system, you collect and analyze the data and transform it into valuable knowledge and feed it back in the system. So with that, we have our 3 digital twins from the product, the production, and the digital twin of the performance. At this point in time, we start optimizing the whole thing, pushing this know-how back into product development and production planning. And the cool thing is, we're doing this on one integrated data model, Team Center, and that's where all those 3 twins are sitting. So, which allows for all stakeholders involved in the development process always got access to the latest, the release data, and can take that decision that's required to get even more efficient and deliver an even better product. So you may ask yourself, what do we need in order to enable all this? Well, we call it the Digital Enterprise Suite. And this is what I've been talking about the last 10, 12 minutes. Team Center as a collaboration platform. On top of that, you get the product lifecycle management environment for design, simulating, MOM, manufacturing, operation management for communicating this information down to the shop floor, where we got the totally integrated automation portfolio, and behind it all, MindSphere. So with this, you would be able to shorten the time to market, allow for flexible mass production, customized mass production, prove that you are producing quality, take advantage of the resources available for you today and get even more efficient, and at the same time, protect your company from cyber attacks or losing intellectual property. So to become the game changer, you need to be realizing your digital transformation. This is the way forward. The Digital Enterprise Suite will also make the future yours. Christina.
Future ours.
Oh, you know, yeah?
Dear Magnus, yes. Okay, thank you very much. Big hand of applause to you. Very impressive. I know